Francis, 15 weeks work for 20 seconds. How do you feel about the knockout?
I feel really good about it, man. And it doesn't matter if it was 15 weeks. And obviously, if the camp has to be hard and the fight easy, I'll take that one. And it wasn't scheduled for 15 weeks. It's just because of the circumstances. So can't complain. He was hard, but I know that a lot of people, everybody been through it, and some people been through worse.
I know you've expressed your frustration with the heavyweight division. We don't know when Daniel Cormier will fight Stipe Miocic. For you now, do you take a step back and wait and just see how that happens and if they fight later this year? Or do you just feel like, I can't control that, I've just got to get in there and just fight my regular schedule?
Honestly, I don't know what is up next. I think I'm going to let my manager talk with the UFC and see how it goes and see what they say. It's very confusing because right now, yes, we know that Stipe going to fight DC, but the question is when. This is May, beginning of May. And we don't know when. And I have to wait that fight and expect that the winner doesn't get injured or get hurt. Then he'll go take some rest, go maybe vacation, and then come back maybe after 2-3 months, and then go to training camp. I will end up with maybe another 9 months or 1 year again, like this time, which is something that I didn't like at all. I don't want to be in that space again.
If you're comfortable with sharing it, how many fights do you have left on your contract with the UFC?
I have 2 fights left on my contract.
Is your plan to fight those 2 out and then see what the situation is with the heavyweight division?
Obviously, I want to fight my contract out. I mean, from there, I can still renegotiate my contract. There is not a problem about my contract. The problem is about what is going on in the heavyweight division. I think everyone like to square things up and then renew a contract and have a better contract. And that's what I'm expecting to do, to have a better contract than what I have right now. And yeah.
After a knockout like that, do you think other heavyweights might reconsider calling you out in the future?
No, I mean, reconsider or not, we have to fight each other. This is the division, and then in this level, we are all professional, and we all have some tricks in our pocket. So I don't think that this knockout is just something that they ever seen, they haven't seen, So obviously you have to think twice, but it's still good.
And Francis, right here. After your big knockout, you stood over Jairzinho and you were checking on if he was okay. Were you able to say any words to him before he was helped out of the octagon?
Unfortunately, no. I couldn't say nothing. He wasn't aware, and he didn't even know where he was after all those times. So they just asked me to let him go to having medical care.
And what did you make of the news last night of Jacare testing positive for the COVID-19 virus?
I mean, honestly, I was even surprised only one person was test positive. We've been out here exposed all around the world during the pandemic, going out for find a way to train, go to the grocery store and see how exposed we are out there. I mean, it's just freaking. At some point, you just realize what will just happen. You can't really control. You will do your best, and then. Yes, but obviously we decided to take the risk. He was worth it, and in my past I used to take a lot of risks for less than that. So I wasn't concerned about. I mean, I'm concerned, but not as much. And as long as my corner, my coaches, my friends around, we were stick as a group, and everybody were comfortable. Everyone was comfortable about that. I was good with it, you know. So after the Jacare thing yesterday, my only concern was that they canceled that event. So I wanted to fight no matter what.
And then one final one. Usually after one of your knockouts, the crowd goes ballistic, but there's no crowd today. So what was it like knocking someone out in front of nobody?
I didn't feel it, you know. Obviously, when I walked in, I realized there wasn't a crowd in the arena, but I wasn't so much focused about it. And after the knockout, I wasn't focused about the crowd. I take a time and celebrate my joy and give a hug for my team, and then walk back to check on my opponent. And after that, it was like a post-fight interview.
Now we have second-ranked UFC heavyweight Francis Ngannou. First question is going to Caroline Pierce with BT Sport.
Francis, congratulations first off, and just one word, devastating power. I mean, your reaction to that finish and how happy you are with the performance.
Thank you. My reaction about that, you know, I'm happy after 15 weeks of training camp and have I would say easy camp, easy fight. It's just great, you know. So I put all the pain, all the suffer in the training camp, and the fight went well.
Well, I've got to say, 164 seconds of work across 4 fights. I mean, that's a pretty easy night at the office, hey?
I don't know, you know. I take everything now how he comes, you know, how he comes. I can control it. I walked in there. I was ready for 3-round fight, for 15 minutes fight. Obviously, it came out to be a few seconds, and I'm good with it.
Absolutely. Look, you haven't taken any damage at all really in the last 4 fights, so you'd expect you'd want to get in there and get back in the octagon quite soon. However, obviously, you want to wait for the winner of Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier with their trilogy fight. Where do you sit with that right now? I mean, you should and probably are next in line for that title shot, but we don't know when that fight's going to take place. Are you willing to sit out and wait in this time, or do you think you'd want to stay active?
Exactly. That's some tough question to answer. I don't know exactly where is my position in the division right now, and that's what I've been. That's how I've been feel like in the past 11 months. You know, unfortunately, after this fight, he doesn't solve things for me. I'm still in the same situation to not know what exactly is going on and what next. You know. I don't know. We're gonna see by next week. We're gonna have some talk with the UFC and see what they said.
Would you be happy with an interim title if, for example, this title fight for Stipe and DC was to be pushed back a little bit further than we expect? Would an interim title fight be satisfactory for you in the meantime?
No, at all. At this point, I don't care about the interim title. I mean, just even after DGS, I had to. I mean, I supposed to fight for the title, and then they gave me one more fight. I fight. Then why would I go for the interim title? Where is the title? I mean, if they don't have the title in the heavyweight division, then they just have to say they don't have a title and put someone up. I'm not fighting for a bullshit interim title.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, you can't do any more than the spectacular finishes that you've been showing to us. Aside from tonight, I know you fight for more than this, though. You fight for your people back home and to show the people back home that where you come from, you can reach these heights. And I know you're a huge inspiration. What would be your message to everybody at home watching, especially from back home in Cameroon?
I have called them already to check on them, to like trying to send some video to them. I mean, it's just great to see how you can provide a happiness and how also they are proud of you, of what you are doing. You know, obviously I fight for them, but they are also there for me. They are my strength and they are my motivation as well. So it's win-win. It's a good combination.
And some footage you should watch back afterwards. You should watch Daniel Cormier's face. The television camera kind of did a close up on his reaction when you got your knockout tonight. And obviously, he could be your potential opponent in the future. So I'd watch that back. It was shock.
Yeah, I didn't see that yet, but I'm sure I'm gonna see.
Now, talking of that, first I want to ask you, who do you think wins the trilogy between DC and Stipe, and who would you like to fight out of the two of them? Obviously, you've had that fight with Stipe before.
That trilogy has to happen first. I mean, I have to believe that it's going to happen to start to think about it. I'm not thinking about the fight that I don't know if it's happened. It's been almost a year now. I respect both of them. I have a huge respect for DC, even as a person, and I respect Stipe. But I don't want to think about that fight since it's not happened, because everything that he brings to me is just a frustration, you know. But obviously, I would like to fight DC, but the thing is, I want a rematch against Stipe so bad. So I would like to fight Stipe first. Then maybe after DC decide to come back or to fight again, then we will fight.
Well, we don't want to talk about any more frustrations for you. Just to celebrate your performance tonight. It was, in fact, spectacular. Thank you for putting on a show for us tonight.
Okay. Thank you, Caroline.
Thank you.
Next, we have Aaron Bronsteiner for TSN.
Big question is, after you have such an incredible knockout like that, how can you be so calm in your post-fight interview? You don't have such crazy emotions after that. How do you remain so level?
I don't know. Emotional. I was happy. Very happy. Sometimes I express my emotion out loud, like some people. That's just me.
Your last 4 fights have lasted under 3 minutes total. Do you feel like you're not getting enough in-cage action? I mean, obviously you want to get quick finishes, but are you worried that you're not getting enough time in there?
Honestly, yes. I mean, sometimes I think I should be having more experience by getting a fight will last longer. But at the meantime, I'm not complaining as long as what I'm doing or the work that we are putting in is working. You know, at the end of the day, we want the same thing. We are fighting for the same reason, to have our hand raised, and then just it takes what it takes. But as long as I get a victory, it's okay.
People haven't been able to see your all-around game. How much do you think it's improved over the last 2 years?
He has improved a lot, but once again, I can showcase him, but I can showcase it, but it's fine. You know, when I gonna have a chance, I gonna showcase my round game.
All right, thanks, Francis. Appreciate your time and congratulations.
Thank you, Aaron.
Next, we have Justin Barrasso with Sports Illustrated.
Francis, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, Justin.
You're welcome. I know you're obviously an incredible fighter, lightning in your fingertips, but wrestling isn't always necessarily known as your strength. Is that the priority moving into a potential matchup with Cormier or Miocic? I mean, this is a great opportunity to show the fight world that you're more versatile than maybe some people give you credit for.
Okay, so let me put it this way. I'm not going there to prove. It's not a wrestling match either with DC or with Stipe. It's an MMA match, and these guys has been a wrestle for their entire life. I'm not going to stop my career and go back to wrestle for 10 or 20 years to come wrestle with them or to come prove a point. I believe that we can have a game plan and then put a good training, come in and come back and win the fight. And that's what matters. I'm not doing, if I would wanted to do the wrestling, I'll go do the wrestling. But I'm doing MMA.